Hillary Clinton, when she's not stopping for the latest chicken burrito bowl, is starting to make some tentative steps into talking about the actual policies and programs that she would run on. And some people are surprised and some people are kind of outraged by the fact that she's talking about taking unaccountable money out of politics. And I've heard the H-bomb dropped, hypocrisy. Hillary, is she this woman who is, gets $300,000 per speech and is kind of cozy with Wall Street and is going to raise, without question, probably more than $2 billion for her presidential campaign in 2015 and 2016, shattering all records. She's talking about campaign finance reform. Is this criticism valid? Well, here's my thought. On the one hand, it is, and here's how it goes. The Clinton Foundation has been a backdoor for money coming in from people, and in many cases foreign governments, who want to curry favor with the Clintons. That's one of the reasons you give a lot of money to a foundation like this. And I think it's raised all kinds of questions since Hillary's name went on what had been the Bill Clinton Foundation. And with all the criticism about now all the rules not being followed and just the sheer audacity of taking money from governments in the Middle East and elsewhere while the former Secretary of State was obviously gearing up to run for president, and some of that money coming in which we did not know at the time while she was in the Obama cabinet. The foundation now announcing that, well, it will still take money from foreign governments, but only ones that are kind of popular. It'll take money from European countries, but not really controversial countries in the Middle East. That's a squishy compromise. It makes no sense. This issue is not going to go away. So for Hillary Clinton, on the one hand, to be talking about the scourge of big money in politics, and on the other hand, to be part of a foundation with her husband that is still going to be raking in some cash from some foreign governments, that is a problem. But on the other aspect of it, I think she's getting a bum rap, and here's why. The notion that she, who's going to go out and with the aid of with the help from bundlers and fundraisers, going to just be breaking every record in the book and raising all this money to run for president, that she shouldn't be talking about campaign finance reform is to suggest that she should unilaterally disarm. And nobody in politics does that. As long as the rules are the way they are now, and that's in part because of the Supreme Court's Citizen United ruling, which after all involved a film that was about Hillary Clinton, she is in an arms race, a financial arms race, and she has to compete. It would not be fair to say that it's like saying, well, if you're against higher taxes, why don't you just pay higher taxes on your own? She's running against all these Republicans who are going to be raising as much money as they can. It is not realistic to expect her to not be raising as much money as she can, including through super PACs. Now, if at the same time you can push the notion that we ought to change the rules for everybody, and then I will abide by the rule. But here's why I don't necessarily think this is 100% serious. Yes, she has voted in the past for example, famously the McCain-Feingold campaign finance law. But Hillary Clinton, because this is never going to get through Congress, come on. Hillary Clinton is talking about a constitutional amendment to change the rules of how much money candidates can raise. When you hear a politician talking about a constitutional amendment, you know they're looking for a good soundbite, because that, after all, has to pass Congress by 2/3 vote in either house and then 3/4 of the state legislatures. It's a gargantuan effort. It would take years. It's not a serious proposal in my view, and it's one that is not going to do anything about the scourge of money in politics this cycle, next cycle, or probably the cycle after that. So the media should hold her accountable for the Clinton fundraising business, but not fair to say that she should play by a different set of rules.